Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Viking Valley Farm. This is Carter, and I am in the 7220 Magnum at the home farm. Dad is combining corn straight ahead over there across the valley on the other side of the main old cow pasture where we've got the heifers. But I've got our bush hog batwing mower hooked up behind me, and I'm gonna go start chopping corn stalks for making round bales of corn stalk bedding for dry cows and heifers. Our goal is to make 300 of them. It's November 3rd, and hopefully we can have the baler out in 2 days. So hopefully I can get maybe 60 acres chopped in the next 2 days between chores and start raking on Wednesday. So we're gonna head out to the field now and get at it. There we go. We're shredding stalks. We're actually on the same field that my dad is combining right now, and we'll do a few passes here. I see there's a lot of dust flying, but it looks like the stalks seem to be holding in place pretty good. Just got to make sure I'm not scalping the ground with my wings. It's very windy out, so I had to grease everything. There are 3 PTO shafts here and a bunch of pivot points for wheels and cylinders and stuff. So it probably took about 1.5 tubes of grease. So that took about 20 minutes to grease that. And crawling around, popping the shields off, and I think she's good to go. This job, you can go as fast as you want, but one of the premises of stalk chopping, the slower you go, the better bedding it makes, because it really busts everything up and exposes a lot of the material that is really absorbent for urine and wet manure. So that's a big key when it comes to stuff like that. So can't go too quick with this, and like I said, hopefully in a couple days we can come in and have the custom round balers out and get that done. But the guy that does our custom round baling has 3 round balers now, and I have seen all 3 of them out in the same field for some neighbors down the road that had them come in and do it. So that's pretty neat, but hopefully we don't keep them waiting too much. We're still going strong behind me here. I've probably done 4 or 5 acres, but Dad's combining over there, dumping the grain cart into the big wagon over there, ready to go to town again. I'm sure it looks like Dad might have, I don't know, 4 to 5 acres left to combine on this field. So just try to plug away at it. Stalks aren't blowing too bad, so I'm leaving enough length on the stalks that they are catching the what I'm chopping up, so whatever's left in the ground is almost like a Velcro holding it in place. Shredding these things up to make some great corn stalk bedding, and we're gonna make the same amount of bales as we have in the past, just because the dry cows use a bale every other day, and then the heifers, our heifer barn probably takes 2 a week, and then this winter the heifers from that are in the old cow pasture will have access to the loose housing. That'll probably be a bale or 2 a week. We're back, gonna be chopping stalks for day 2. Surprising that there's no sharpness to these blades at all, but it is doing a very, very good job at shredding everything. It just hit my head on the tire here, but basically a 15-foot lawnmower. Blades spin around, shred everything up. I think we've had this machine for 12, 13 years now, so it does a good job. And yeah, this machine does some brush cutting in the pasture, 1 or 2 passes to knock down some thistles and stuff in the summer, and mowing roadsides, field driveways, and any areas where we need to do some brush work. Hopefully I can get done chopping stalks before chores this afternoon, and hopefully I can get the rake hooked up tonight and get started raking, and we'll have the balers come in tomorrow. I did about 14 acres. I did not record last night after chores. I just wanted to hammer it out because, well, it gets to be 9 o'clock at night and the clocks just changed, and sure felt way later than 9 o'clock, that's for sure, because it would have been 10 o'clock a few nights before. So back out to the field we go, and my dad and great uncle are busy getting corn taken out. Their dad is combining that field. We call it the belly. It's about 2:40 now. I'm not moving as fast as I was hoping. I was hoping I could be raking after chores tonight, but I will have more chopping to do. But I think the goal will be to still unhook this and hook the rake up in the dark, and I'll have to find a way to just get at it early tomorrow. I'm not trying to set the camera up on the equipment at all outside here, just for the fact that the risk of destroying the camera gets really high with this machine. If it falls off the tractor or the brush cutter and vibrates too much, I guarantee you the blades would absolutely obliterate this thing. And it is over a year old now, my GoPro is, so I don't think I have insurance on it. And I don't want to have to buy a new one, so. All right, so this is a bull calf of mine that was born today. Pretty big boy. He's a trickster out of an all-in. Just got the colostrum out of the heifer. This is fresh, not even 5 minutes. This guy was probably born about 4 hours ago. Heifer went into the parlor good, so this is a tube feeder. I got a gallon of colostrum here. Making sure that he gets his antibody protection and some good IgG proteins to get him off to a good start. So some people might try a nipple bottle right away, but that is very, very rare for it to work for us. So we use the tube feeder to make sure that they get that nutrition and protection ASAP. And he has been fed. That was some good colostrum. He'll be set for a nice comfortable evening. But last week we got, our landlords got the curtains put in. Well, they didn't do it, but they hired a company to do it. And so this is all fit for cows. And yeah, so that'll be nice. As temperatures start getting colder, we can
calf down here. And that guy will be set for a good night, and hopefully he can be off to Lanesboro with a few others on Friday. Today's Tuesday.
Alright, we're back in the tractor now after chores. It's about 7:15. Got about 8, 9, 10 acres of stock chopping left to do, and hopefully I can get the rake on tonight and maybe even be in bed before 10 o'clock and get some raking done. Tomorrow's definitely going to be a long day. I'm hoping the lights on this tractor are good enough that maybe I can do some evening drone footage because the wind has finally died down. So we will see. I might just decide that I want to get done, so don't be surprised if there isn't. So, well, it's 10 to 9. I'm done stock chopping. I got it, the deck somewhat cleared off, kicked off all the corn stalks and everything, unhooked, and I've got the rake behind me, but I'm heading back over to the rented farm. That's where my car is. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to have to get going with the rake ASAP in the morning. I think I did about 60-ish acres of stalks laid down. If we get 5 to 6 an acre, that would be ideal. Hopefully that would ensure that we have 300 plus bales. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Didn't have as good of a day in the field as I was anticipating. Just a lot of residue out there. I kind of had to drive a little slower today with some of the stalks than what was out there last night, where I gauged on how to set my pace. So we'll be back at it in the daylight tomorrow. So see ya. Well, we are the next day now. Rake ready to go. It's 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Just got back from breakfast, laid down for 10 minutes, cut. Did not fall asleep, but no nap today. Just laid down, got some rest. Quick off my feet. We're gonna go rake corn stalks. At least we're gonna start, and hopefully things go good. Dad already thought he saw a baler go by about 15 minutes ago, which means I've got my work cut out for me, because I'm thinking eventually they'll show up with three balers, which in the past, they're going to be right on my tail. I might not even be able to catch up with one. So we'll see. Got to make sure I do a good job. Don't scalp the ground too bad. But I'm going to have to go pretty quick. And we've got 60 acres of stalks down, so chores are in 5 hours. So you'll come with me. Super, super windy again today, so that's you're not gonna see any drone footage of this job getting done unless it really, really calms down later, or I don't finish and it continues into tomorrow. I think that was a false alarm on my dad's part. I don't see a baler in either of the fields that I have stock chopping, but I've got wings here that I have to unfold, and I got to use this control box for each one that goes with the second remote on the hydraulics. And these guys only want about 6 to 7 rows at a time raked, so stop's supposed to be in on the left side. An hour later, I'm done with the first 14 acres of the day. So I like that pace. It's 11:15. I feel pretty good that I did 14 acres in an hour. So I was driving 9.5 miles an hour. Probably not the best, but there's no mechanical PTO driven gearboxes or anything on this machine. So I'm not too worried about that. Down the road I go. Gonna fill up with fuel quick and then head to the big field. Got 40 acres there and the strip. So off we go. All right, now the pressure is on. All 3 balers are in the field and I might be half done with this one. I think that might be like a 77-20. I'm not 100% sure how big that tractor is. Front wheel assist with like a 568 baler. There's a 560M and a 569 John Deere baler, like a 7210 and maybe like a 7600 on balers here. But I'm chugging along at raking at 10 miles an hour. They do have to stop to wrap the nut wrap, but they are quickly racking up the bales. So that's exciting. Dry cows and heifers will be well bedded this winter. Picked a great window to do corn stalks this year. These have not been rained on, and they seem to be pretty good accumulation. So we're just gonna keep going at it here. And I'm on the last pass here and off to chores we go. I'm on the strip. 3 balers in the field. Too bad it's too windy right now for me to get the drone up. Otherwise I would. That would be pretty cool. Just gotta be careful. I physically can't get too close to that much green paint. I had to stop at the John Deere dealership yesterday and get some wagon parts for our Brent wagons. Too much green paint around. Allergies. Had to take double the allergy meds yesterday, so can't be around that too much. Just kidding, I had to double allergy meds because of the dust, corn leaves and stuff like that. So we will see maybe after chores if they're still out there in the dark. I can maybe get the drone up. I'm guessing they will probably finish by then. We will see. We will maybe continue this video, maybe not. I'll film the outro later. I'm heading home now. It's the next day after raking and getting everything all baled up. So it's Thursday the 6th, I believe. We got 335 cornstalk bales, which was over our goal of 300 to 320, which is great. So probably couldn't have done it much better than that. The first 14 acres that I did rake yesterday, they got 90 bales off of. That's a lot of bales. That's at least 6 an acre, which is crazy. I don't know too many. They said they haven't done too many people that have been over 5 this year. But that means the other field did, I don't know, a little over 4 an acre, or the other 46, 47 acres. Got 245 off that. Not picked any up yet, but we'll drive out there, or drive by on my way home for breakfast and show you. There they are out in the field. It's the first high moisture cover crop field that I planted right next to the road here that ties into the big field. And I got the strip down there too. So quite a few to pick out in the field. We got snow expected on Saturday. That won't be very fun. But this is going to wrap up this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Carter, out.